There are very nice driving examiners out there, and they will give you tips to help you pass your driving test. And it's up to you to pick up on them, hear them, feel them, and know that they're there. So I'm just going to go through a couple of the tips that you might get from your driving examiner, bless him or her, for helping you out. They can't tell you what to do, but they're only human, and some of them are going to give you a bit of a hand. So let's just talk about some tips that I tell my students about. If you've got any more, shove them in the comments. So tips. If you are driving down the road and he says, take the next road on the left, it's really sharp. Why would he say that? Unless it's really sharp and he wants you to take it in first gear or go really slowly if you're in an automatic. Why would he say it's really sharp? You know, he's just given you a hand. He really shouldn't be doing that, really. If you think about it logically, the driver just figure that out by yourself. A sat-nav wouldn't be like, it's really sharp. You have to look at the picture, right? It could be that you pull up on the left and you're too wide from the curb. He might sit there and just like use his body and like look out the window. So he's giving you a body language tip. Oh, you're too far away from the curb without saying it. And then you're like, right, I won't do that again. It could be that if your blind spot is a bit weak, he may use his entire body to like look over the shoulder. Oh, you haven't checked your blind spot. Do it next time, mate. You know, I'm going to get you for it otherwise. Or the safety, you know, check. That one sometimes can be a bit pear-shaped, but if you've checked it a little bit and then he goes like that, just make sure you're all over that for next time. It might be too late, but you might get away with it. You know, I've seen it happen before. Be careful. He might say, at the roundabout, turn right. It's the third exit. It's the exit with all the trees. I mean, how nice is that? He's literally just pointed out the exit that you need to take. A sat-nav wouldn't do that. It's not going to say it's the one with all the trees. How nice is that? That's really cool, isn't it? If there's something wrong with your speed, perhaps, you'll be driving down the road and the examiner may be like, have a little look at your speedometer. Why would he do that unless there was something wrong with your speed, you know? What else could happen? You could go into like a bay park or a parallel park and it's a bit dodgy and they know that you've got some fixing and it looks like you're trying to finish the manoeuvre. They may turn round to you and say, are you finished? Which is really nice. Because you have the opportunity to go, nah, I'm going to use my fixing points. I've got 3 fixes. Look, if it was really good, they're not going to bother wasting your time. They're going to want you back on the road doing your driving test. If it was really good, they're more likely to say, thank you, drive on when you're ready, rather than, are you finished? And then have a little coffee about it and have a chat. If it's good, they're just going to say, thank you, drive on when you're ready. If there's something wrong with it, they're more likely to be like, are you finished? And give you a chance to fix it. You know, so zone in on the kind of verbal communication tips that you may get, or the body language tips of him checking like your speedo or checking your distance from the curb. Or if you're too close to park cars and it's just starting to become a bit, you know, bit dodgy, but not completely nightmarish, because that would be awful. But if he's sort of like looking like this or checking in his mirror or even going like this, don't get too close to the car, like something like that. Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends on how far it's gone, but body language with that stuff as well. So become super sensitive, guys. Feel into the energy of the car, listen to his words, yeah? If there's a bit of a dodgy junction coming up and you're not sure which left it is, they may say, it's the second left or something like that. Why would they say that? You know, if there's some kind of weird, we've got one of those in Cheltenham, like you've got a left turn and then another left turn and it's kind of straight on, you'd have to see it. But and it's a bit confusing, but they will say it's straight on, second left towards Cirencester or something like that. And listen, they're helping you. They can't tell you, but it's the closest to them telling you what to do ever. So seriously, it's like your mate trying to get you to pass without giving you the actual answer. It's like your mate looking at you and going, right, yeah, you got it, yeah, telepathic like power, yeah. You know, when you do that in the pub with your mates and they're like, yeah, right. Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, so just use that anyway, okay, guys? Because, you know, they do want you to pass. If you're doing a good job, yeah, they're going to try and to like help you out a little bit. All right, they're not all monsters, yeah. No, none of them are monsters. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't. Not the ones in Cheltenham. We haven't got any monsters in Cheltenham. They're all lovely.